May 3rd, 2019. Sad for Hoover, happy for Kimba, Max, and Simba. Yesterday, we learned that the rotting toe we removed from Hoover was an aggressive form of cancer. We got minimal margins, and I hope that means we got it all. But in my heart, I suspect that this is the beginning of the end for him. Today, we learned that our application to bring in the 3 circus tigers from Guatemala was finally published in the Federal Register. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has been screwing around with it since last August, losing it twice, and finally, after much hounding by Howie, has published it. Other applications to bring in foreign tigers that were submitted in November through January of this year had already been published, so I have no doubt that it's Fish and Wildlife Service using their authority to punish us for speaking out against their laziness. I took the day off yesterday and went to Lettuce Lake Park. I walked for 3 hours. It was peaceful and so Florida. Wildlife species, other than cats obviously, are far more abundant at the sanctuary though. I only saw 2 squirrels, 2 herons, and 3 ibis. I see that many just standing in one spot on Tiger Lake. Next Wednesday, Haley Rita asked me to be available to her mall execs who are visiting to share our vision of having an AR zoo in malls around the world. Meanwhile, on May 1st, I wrote the following to the head of Nature's Classroom, Keith Laycock, in response to him asking to meet with me to learn ways he can fundraise to support their little petting zoo. Apparently, it is owned by the Hillsborough County school system, but he has to raise his own operational funds. Dear Keith, happy to meet with you whenever that works in your schedule. I am here 7 days a week from 10 to 5 at least, and can always come in earlier or stay later. I have a few ideas you may want to mull over in the meantime. We just opened the world's first augmented reality zoo at the mall across the street from the sanctuary. I'd like to show you that installation, because it would be easy to duplicate at Nature's Classroom, and we would be happy to pay for the displays and hosting of the service. It costs us $200 per month per image to have 8 posters of big cat species that come to life when you point your phone at them. It costs us the same no matter how many times the images trigger a video, so we'd be happy to print up the posters. They are on foam board for you. You can find out more about how all of that works at arzoo.com. It is our goal that live wildcats be replaced by this new technology, because no wildcat should be bred for life in a cage. Having Nature's Classroom join us in promoting the adoption of this much more engaging way of seeing exotic cats would be groundbreaking. I think we do kids a disservice by showing them wild animals in cages, because the underlying message is that it's okay to hold an animal hostage if we get some benefit from it. I know your animals are rescued like ours, and that the message we both try to convey is respect for wildlife. But more and more I wonder how much of the real message gets through when the person is gawking at the caged animal and can only hear their internal chatter, which is all about wanting to pet the animal or have their selfie with it. If I weren't strong-arming our visitors to make a call to Congress to end the practice of cub petting in private possession at the end of every tour, I'd stop visits altogether. You mentioned fundraising being something you hope to improve. I've presented 21 ways to crowdfund your future to several sanctuary alliances, big cats, primates, and birds. This video is only visible with the private link, but feel free to share it with anyone at your organization who might benefit from it. And I gave the link. And then I said more assets on fundraising and marketing are here, and I gave that link. I don't know what kind of restrictions there may be on what you can do in that arena, so maybe most of it won't be helpful, but I figure if you walk away from anything with one good idea, it was worth the time spent. Carole Baskin. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.